It's Sunday fun day with news from my shoes with Kim Miles. Hello, how are you? Okay, there is so much to talk about today that I'm a little verklempt. All right, first and foremost, let me just say, if you didn't tune in with us last week, go watch the first episode because last Sunday was my inaugural episode of News from My Shoes, live from my closet. That's right. Live. I like to do that. It's fun. Live from my closet. We're not really live, but it's just fun to say. So live from my closet, news from my shoes. Why did I do this? It's all explained in the first video, but as a recap for those of you who might be joining me for the first time, it literally was to just put a smile on people's faces. Literally, like that was it. It's such a crazy time in the world. Quarantine is crazy right now. COVID is crazy. The world is crazy. And I just figured I miss talking to my fans and my audience and my followers, and why not just try to bring a smile to people's faces? So I said that if this show brought one smile to at least one person, it would be a success. And I started a hashtag, one smile equals success. Well, let me tell you something. I am humbled, I am overwhelmed, and I'm blown away by the response that this little closet caper has elicited. It has been viewed, I can't even tell you how many times. It has been shared on other people's channels. I have heard from so many of you that it made you feel good and that you had a laugh. And I heard from people I didn't even know that just said that this made them feel good. And that was the whole point. This isn't some lofty project. This is for me to have fun and for you to have fun and for me to share stories and for you to find relatable things to think about and just bring a smile to your face. So welcome to News from My Shoes. Okay, there's so much we have to talk about. First and foremost, this was so much fun that I said, I need a theme song. I need a theme song for my my talk show. And I was like, yes, I do. So here's the deal. I don't know if you know this, but when you want to add music to a video, you can't just like use anybody's songs, right? Like for example, I wanted to use Kelly Clarkson's Whole Lotta Woman, which is one of my favorite songs. I love Kelly Clarkson. I've seen her twice in concert. I feel like Kelly and I would be best friends. Don't you kind of feel that way? So anyway, the song, I love it because there's a lyric in it that says, I'm a warm biscuit on a Sunday morning. You had me a biscuit, girl. You had me a biscuit. But you can't use other people's songs because it's a copyright infringement, right? So I respect artists. I'm an artist. So don't steal other people's property, right? Even if you go on Instagram and you see people are using other people's songs, that's from a sanctioned Instagram library where they've worked out the copyright. But like on Facebook, you'll see a lot of people that say, they'll type in their Facebook, I don't own the rights to this music. Well, that doesn't protect you. So what Facebook does is it actually gives you this very cool music library that is totally free of copyright infringement, and you can download these to use. And I found too that literally they gave me life. These two songs cracked me up. They were in a section that basically they're two totally cheesy 80s B movie, like, or sitcom, or like, just totally 80s cheese. And I love it so much. There's two of them. I want you to vote. Okay. First and foremost, every time you watch News from Your Shoes, if I brought you a smile, put a smile emoji, send me a line, tell me you love me, tell me you loved it, not me, but you can tell me you love me too. I love to learn if you love me, but tell me if you loved it. And then I want you to vote on the song. Okay. So this is the first song. I definitely have a preference, but I want to know what you think. Okay. This is the first song. You ready? This cracks me up. Here it comes. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh. Oh. Okay. Don't you feel like Knight Rider should just be like driving up right now and like screeching to a halt, and like Magnum PI or like Kim PI gets out of the car and like does one of those like poses for the camera? Isn't that great? Okay, this is song number 1. That's from Facebook's free library. Okay, here's song number 2. I definitely have a preference, but I'm super interested in knowing what you like. Okay, here's number 2. Wait for it. Be worth the wait, I promise. Here it comes. Where is my gold lame? Right? I should be wearing gold lame, platform shoes. I mean, is this not everything? Okay, this is song number 2. Oh, I didn't even know that there were lyrics. I didn't get that far. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh my God, that's, okay, oh my God, that's everything. I didn't even know that there were lyrics. I didn't even get that far in song number 1 to know if there were lyrics. All right, that's the theme songs. Those are the choices, right? I was thinking, I'm like, oh, you know, with my band, I could do a song, but I was like, no, it's way more fun to have something completely random. So welcome everybody. Today I'm wearing my, I don't know if you can see this. This says, hustle is my love language. So true. So true. How's everybody doing, right? So I hope you like the free music. You know, stealing's not cool. Stealing's not cool. You want to know what else isn't cool? Coups. Coup d'etats. Not cool. On the scale of cool, uncool, coup d'etats are so uncool that they're hot, if you know what I mean. America, get your stuff together. I don't really care what aisle you stand on, what side of the aisle you stand on. I stand on the aisle of love and respect of humankind and human life, and I hope you're all with me. But today was the end of a rough week and a rough period in our country's history, and so today is all about having fun and letting your shoulders down a little bit and taking a break from the news. This news from my shoes is the only news you need, girl. Okay, this is what we do. Typically, we share stories, or I share stories with you. You folks all weigh in. You guys can tell me, you know, different topics or stories that you want to share or want me to talk about the next time. And then I share with you a pair of shoes that I love, and there's a story behind them. Well, we are flipping it up today. Today, I am starting with the shoes because these shoes come with the best story. All right. I have to give you a little bit of context first because you need the history for this to make sense. So I grew up going to summer overnight camp my whole life. I was very, very lucky, and it was everything to me. I mean, it was the best. And if any of you out there went to overnight summer camp, you know what I'm talking about. So I went to a camp called Camp Tevye, and it was in New Hampshire, and some of my closest friends in the whole world are still to this day from Tevye. It's an incredibly strong community, a strong alumni, connection. And even when you see people that you haven't seen for like 30 years, you're super stoked to see them. So huge mad love for Camp Tevye. Tevye spirit lives on and on and on. You know what I mean? And so, you know, what's been fun about social media is you can keep in contact with people that you probably would never otherwise keep in contact with because they live all over the country. So I remember when I went to camp, again, I went every summer. I even was like, you know, I was like the model. I was like Miss Tevye, right? I was camper of the year. Not you're surprised. I was captain of color war. Not that you're surprised. I was captain of the volleyball team. I was the head waitress. Blah, 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 blah. I had the best time, right? Totally full of camp spirit. Spirit hands. Is that jazz hand? This is jazz hands. This is spirit fingers. Jazz hands, spirit fingers. Okay. So anyway, I remember like when I went off to camp one year and I said to my parents, I was older, and I said to my parents, I was like, oh, Mom, Dad, thank you so much for sending me to camp every summer. And they looked at me and they said, no, Kim, thank you so much for going. They couldn't wait to get me out of the house. There was one summer where I was old enough to pack myself, and I just like packed and left one summer, and like my mother's like, oh, did she leave? My father was like, yeah, she's gone. Yeah, she just go. Yeah, every summer. School ended, I was there. Okay, so I do news from my shoes. I hear from all these amazing people, lots of people I don't know. And this woman reaches out to me. Her name is Stephanie. And she says, Kim, her name was Stephanie McTigue, McTigue, McTigue. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And she says, Kim, I saw your show. It was hilarious. You made me smile. You made me laugh. She said, I don't know if you remember me from Camp Tevye. And then she gave me her maiden name. Okay, so her maiden name was Stephanie Wang. She has a sister, Adiva Wang. And I totally remember them completely. Like we were all pals and everything. And so I said, oh my God, Stephanie, awesome to connect with you. Like, that's why I love social media. Excuse me, awesome to connect with you. Yeah, how fun that you tuned in. I'm so glad you loved it. And she said, are you ready? She said, I don't know if you're interested, but I own a shoe company. Please, wait a minute. I own a shoe company, she says. and I would love to send you a pair of shoes. You don't know if I'm interested, Stephanie? You don't know if I'm interested? Of course I'm interested. Oh my God. I was like plutzing. I couldn't believe it. She has this incredible company where she supplies boutiques with her products, her leather products, handbags, clutches, sneakers, sandals, fantastic stuff. Trust me, you're going to get all the details in 1 second. And she said, I don't know if you're into sneakers, but I'd love to send you a pair of sneakers. And I said, well, I would love to receive a pair of your sneakers. And of course, I was so excited to promote her on today's news for my shoes. Because first of all, I'm a female entrepreneur. I love to give props and shout outs and support to my other female owned and operated entrepreneurs. So shout out to Stephanie McTeague and her business. You ready? Her company. Drum roll, please. Here we go. Ta-da! Kofi Genuine Leather. Kofi Genuine Leather. Can you see it? Can you dig it? Here we go. Here is the website. I hope you can all see this. It's www.kofileather.com. That's Kofi Leathers. Excuse me, Kofi Leathers. That's a plural. I'm going to tag all this so you don't have to worry. KofiLeathers.com. Okay? Comes in this beautiful package. You ready? I got to choose these, by the way. She was so lovely and generous. She said, choose what you want. I'm going to send it to you. Well, yes, these sneakers deserve their own theme song. Ready? Oh, yes, camo in silver and black and a little bit of gray charcoal. Can you see these? Hello? Hello? Hello, I believe that they're called the Holly sneaker. Stephanie, tell me if I'm right. So comfortable, but so freaking cool. And she sent these to me. So huge shout out to Stephanie McTeague, Kofi Leathers, www.kofileathers.com. I will tag her. Hey, listen, you got a business? You got a cool product? You run the show? Hit me up. I had people reach out to me last week who, wanted to do collaborations, which I thought was so amazing. And I was like, that is lovely of you. People some I knew, some I didn't. Lovely, lovely. I'm humbled. All right. Those were the shoes of the day. I was parading around my house and then my husband's like, what are you doing? I was wearing, my pajamas and sneakers. And I was showing him the sneakers. So anyway, topics for today. Because the world went completely nuts this week, didn't recognize her type of a thing. I went into sort of a more than regular binging show hole. I'm an Olympic binger. I definitely have the gold medal in binging. But I went into a new level of binging that I probably didn't even know was possible just because I couldn't watch the news anymore. It was too disheartening. So what did I watch? That's what we're going to talk about today. Okay. I binged in record time. I binged Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. Let me know if you have watched this. First of all, season 2 just started this past Tuesday, but I binged it. It was on Hulu. It's moved to Peacock. Peacock is NBC's streaming platform. You could go crazy trying to figure them all out. They're all $4.99. Every one of them is $4.99. For all the channels I own, I could buy another pair of shoes. Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. Tell me if you're watching this. It is pure delight. Now, you got to give it a couple episodes to get into it because it's a little bit of a funky premise, but hilarious, clever, light, fun, but also not frivolous light. It's very poignant. There are some very warm and tender moments in it. Fabulous music. Here's the premise. I'll just give you the premise. Okay. So this girl, she's a woman, she's youngish, maybe in her 20s, 30s. She is a very hip, little nerdy, but hip computer coder, a programmer. And she works at this really super hip company, Facebook-esque kind of a company, very googly, Instagram-y, cool company. And she complains of headaches one day. So somebody says, you should really get that checked out. She goes into an MRI. They're in California. There's an earthquake that happens and the MRI machine goes crazy. And she comes out of the MRI with special powers where she can hear other people's thoughts by way of songs. She calls them heart songs. So when someone's feeling something, they're singing a heart song in their head. That's what their real emotion is. She can hear their inner thoughts. Okay. First of all, time out. this basically speaks to me because I feel like my life, there's like a soundtrack to my life. Like I live my life in movie clips. You know, like you wake up and it's like, good morning, good morning. I think that's from Oklahoma. I'm not sure. Maybe. I think that's from Oklahoma. You know, and then like your day goes on. If like something bad happens, you hear in your head like dun dun dun. You know, like movie clips. That's like how my brain works. It's like the soundtrack of my life. So this show is delightful and hilarious, and I'm loving it. And season 2 just started. So I binged that. The other thing I binged, okay, ready? All right, we're going to spill this tea right here. Here we go. How many people watched Bridgerton? Yeah, Bridgerton. Let's talk about it. Let's unpack this, as the young folks say. Lot to unpack here. I had a girlfriend who said to me, oh yeah, you watched Bridgerton? How was it? Was it great? I want to watch it with my kids. Oh, no, no, no. No, you do not. Ixnay on the Idsk. No kids for Bridgerton. No, no. If you've watched it, I think you understand what I mean. It's a little steamy in a good way. The best part about it is it's a period piece. So I love a good period piece. All my friends know. Like if you put me up in a movie with the 1700s, 1800s, early 1900s, I'm down. I love the period costumes. I love they don't have plumbing. I don't know why I love that, but like they have, you know, they don't have transportation. It's just cool. Like I think anything pre-1980s is cool. I'm not so big on the 70s and the 50s. I don't know why, but I love the 60s. And like, I love the 80s. I do really love the 80s because I grew up in the 80s, as evident by the 2 theme songs that I'm considering that you're voting on. But anyway, Bridgerton takes place in, I don't know, is it the late 1800s, early 1900s? I'm not even sure. And it is a series of books. I think the woman's name is Julie Griffith. She wrote these books, and Shonda Rhimes, of course, of Grey's Anatomy fame and a million other shows fame. Shonda Rhimes, Shondaland. She Shondalanded it. She Shondalanded Bridgerton. So you've got a McSteamy, you've got a McDreamy, you've got plot twists, you've got some. It's on Netflix, so you've got some scenes. I binged that like a champ. That was fabulous. Loved it. I think that there are going to be more seasons, but yes, that guy who plays Simon, I think his name is like Reggae Jean. Call me Reggae Jean if I'm saying your name right. And even if I'm not, call me anyway. What else am I binging? Well, not exactly binging, but I'm watching with my husband. We are watching on Showtime on Sunday night. So tonight is the night. We are watching Your Honor with Bryan Cranston. So good. Super like thriller, twist and turns, super great, super dark, super deep. Definitely dark. So if you're looking for light, it's not light at all. But that's sort of like every week. So we have to wait for that. So we can't exactly binge it. But the funniest thing happened the other day. So my husband was just kind of lounging around. He was watching television, and he came downstairs and he said, oh, I'm watching this show, The Undoing. Have you seen it? And I said, you're late to the party. I said, I binged that like in a second. It's only like 6 or 8 episodes. I said, I got through that like in a second, in a heartbeat. He said, oh, I'm kind of hooked. It's good. I'm 2 episodes in. I said, well, I'll watch it with you. I said, I'll watch, the rest of the episodes with you. I said, I'll probably pick up something new because, it's a thriller. So sometimes you pick up something new. So I have to tell you, he's watching it. Last night we're watching it. I don't know what was funnier. It was far more entertaining watching my husband's reaction to The Undoing than watching The Undoing. His reactions they were hilarious. Like he literally thought he had figured everything out. Every 5 seconds, he's like, I know who did it. I know who did it. I know who did it. And I'm like, okay. And then he would say to me, Kim, stop reacting to what I'm saying. He's like, I don't want to know anything. And he would like put his hand up. I said, well, if you don't want me to react, like don't like give me your theses or your thoughts, your hypothesis. I'm not even using that word right. Don't give me your ideas or your I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. It's like the scene in Pretty Woman when Richard Gere leaves Julia Roberts in the hotel And he says, whatever you do, don't answer the phone. And he keeps calling and she keeps picking up the phone. And he's like, you know, I told you not to answer the phone. She said, well, then stop calling me. It was kind of like that moment. Best moment ever in movie history, or one of them anyway, is the following from Pretty Woman. It's when she goes shopping, and Liz Darby, this is for you. When she goes shopping, and the woman in the shop won't wait on her, and then she goes out and she gets all, you know, glamified, and she comes back and she looks like $1,000,000, and she comes back to the people who wouldn't wait on her, and she's holding like every bag in the world, and she's got 1,000,000, and she's dripping in all this luxury, and she says, do you remember me? You wouldn't wait on me the other day. You work on commission, yes? Big mistake. Huge. Bye-bye. I have to go shopping now. And she like flits out. Best moment ever. Yeah, we've all had that moment. So binging, because I am trying to distract myself from the rest of what's going on in the world. There have been more Tabitha rat holes that I've gone down. Now Tabitha has launched her hair. She put together like a hair growth system or something. So now she's all into, you know, packing and shipping that, still being as adorable as ever. I didn't hear from Tabitha or SJP last week, but I'm still available, girls. Call me. You can reach me on social. And yes, I did my taxes. For those of you who are wondering from last time, I did get my taxes done. And then there was the week. And then you all know what happened in between, and we're not going to go there. So again, this is news from my shoes. Light, fun, quick, quirky, in my closet. Hustle is my love language. Oh, I even did my nails for you guys. I was looking at my hands going, that's just gross. So I like slapped on some polish for you. I showered for you today. Feeling good. Okay, I don't want you to forget to vote on the theme songs. You want to hear them again just in case you're just tuning in? Okay, we're going to do the theme songs again. Really hope you can't see my tush when I just bent over there. That would be really embarrassing. All right, we're going to do theme song number 1. I want you to vote. It's asking me for my password. This is really untimely, IBM. But okay, ready? Here we go. Here's number 1. If you like number 1, let me know. Come on. Here it comes. Play. Oh, it's not playing. Oh, here it is. Every single soap opera from 80s is coming through. Everybody's mugging for the camera. And then they put their name on the bottom. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, one more time. Number 2, I definitely have a favorite, but I want to know from you. This was the one that surprised me with lyrics. It's everything. You can go down a show hole just listening to free tracks on Facebook. Right? Oh my God. All right. Listen, if I made you smile today, let me know. # 1 smile = success. Let me know if you prefer theme song number 1 or theme song number 2. Stephanie McTeague and KofiLeathers.com. Thank you for my sneakers. I will tag you in this post. This is episode 2 of News from My Shoes. If anybody out there has a business that you think would align with the positivity and the messaging of this show, hit me up. I love to support other female-owned and operated businesses. Hey, listen, even if you're not a female-owned and operated business, I like supporting other entrepreneurs. Thank you for tuning in. You people are lovely, wherever you are. Love you. Tune in next Sunday for Sunday Fun Day, News from My Shoes. Mwah! Bye!